Hello Legion, this is Hadrian, thank you for being here. It's time once more for a new series in Sid Meier's Civilization 6, and we're going to call this one The Elder King. Like many of you, I've been greatly enjoying the Civilization 6 spring update over the past weeks, and I've been eagerly awaiting a chance to do a series as Cyrus the Great of Persia. Since I've already gone over the spring update, and I've already finished 20 episodes as Macedon on the channel, I'm just going to talk very quickly about the concept for the series and the game setup before we get started, because I am doing something different. But as usual, if you're ready to jump to gameplay, there's a timestamp on your screen, and I'll be with you in a second. Cyrus the Great was also known as the Great King and as Cyrus the Elder, among many other titles, and he's known for establishing one of the oldest and most legendary empires of the ancient world, predating the Caesars and even Alexander, hence the series title, The Elder King. And history aside, now that I've gotten a little playtime in as Cyrus, just to get a feel for him, dear God, I'm even more excited to do this than I was before, seriously. So basically, here's how this is going to go down. In addition to playing as Cyrus, this time we're going for another victory type and also a faster style of play on a smaller map. We're going to go for a cultural victory, but don't groan, because in Civilization 6, Cyrus as a leader is very appropriately built for two things, culture and conquest. When we get to the loading screen, I'll show you what makes Cyrus so scary and awesome, but believe me when I tell you that this series is going to be fast-paced and that we're going to conquer an empire worthy of Cyrus himself. We just happen to be going for a cultural victory because Cyrus the Great, in reality, was renowned for his devotion to the preservation and perpetuation of the cultures he conquered. I'm also going to be playing with a few new mods. As usual, I've got the Crazy Scots More Barbarian XP enabled so that hunting and killing barbarians actually benefits us, but I'm also trying out more lenses and better trade UI for the very first time, two very popular mods on the workshop. You'll see more about what these do as we start playing. Lastly, just to go over the game setup really quickly, we're going to be playing on a small fractal map with two more civilizations than are normally allocated to that size map, so it's going to be a busy game. You'll also notice I've selected only major leaders from the ancient world for this series, and there are as many city-states as there are players. We're playing on King difficulty, and again, this is the highest difficulty at which the game does not give the AI a second starting settler. And since we're playing on a small map with two extra civs, I'd rather not have 14 or more settlers on the map at the beginning. So we're going to stick with King for difficulty. Also note that we're playing on standard speed. I normally play on epic speed for YouTube nowadays, but when you consider that small maps process faster and that speed difference, this series is going to move more quickly than usual, and I think we're going to get more done each episode, and it'll just move at a different pace, which should be fun. Also, as usual, we have the turn limit turned off, and there's the seed at the bottom, just in case you want it. I think that's it. Yeah, let's jump in. Take it away, Sean.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Claim the crown, Cyrus, King of Persia, for you are the anointed one. With immortal soldiers and an unwavering faith, you will conquer and rule the peoples of the world. You may see many alliances forming around you, but do not be fooled. Such is an antiquated and weak way of navigating the world. Make no promise unless it aids you in achieving your goals.
So Cyrus of Persia might actually be my favorite leader in the game so far, and I swear to God I'm not just saying that. Let me show you why. The Fall of Babylon ability is one of the coolest that I've played with in the game. +2 movement for the first 10 turns. 10. Count them, after declaring a surprise war. No penalties to yields in occupied cities, and declaring a surprise war only counts as a formal war for the purpose of warmongering and war weariness. So what this means is that I can, first of all, I don't have to denounce people before I declare war, even in the later game, but especially in the early game when civics first start to build up and you start to have the ability to impose warmongering penalties on other players. Other civilizations do anyway, because warmongering penalties are something you worry about more from the AI, of course. You don't have to worry as much, especially, again, in the beginning, about those penalties affecting you at all, because people will assume that you're declaring a formal war. They'll treat you that way. And then once you declare those wars, you can go charging into territory with these 2 extra movement and conquer cities very quickly. The cities that you do conquer grow and produce as quickly, or more quickly at least, than the... Actually, yes, as quickly as they would if they weren't occupied. So that's also a big change compared to other civilizations, and I really, really like it. And then, of course, on the cultural side as opposed to the conquering side, because Cyrus does have those two aspects to his legacy. There's satrapies, +1 trade route capacity with political philosophy, and +2 gold and +1 culture for routes between your own cities. And once trade routes have been established and there are roads built in your territory are 1 level more advanced than usual. So lots of intra-civilization trade and culture bonuses, as well as the Pa'iri Da'ezah, which is an additional gold and culture tile improvement you can build, and the Immortal, which is an amazing, unique unit that you've got to see to believe. So, yeah, let's get started. All right, so we started off, looks like somewhat near the coast. It is, of course, 4000 BC. We're at a river delta, which, defensively speaking, I like the fact that we're near a lot of jungle, and we've got a river delta there. That's a nice defensive position because it'll be harder for units to advance on the city this direction, and then we've got the river that way. That's a nice starting position. And we've got some stone nearby. Please tell me that's grassland. Yes, it is. Okay, we have a shot at Stonehenge then. Okay, let's scout. No, I don't want to send you across the river. Let's move you in the path of least resistance. And yeah, let's go for a scout first. First research should probably be, what do you think? We've got cattle nearby. We have rice. The bonus resource there is going to give us the bonus towards, or the rice is going to give us the bonus towards irrigation, so that'll help. I see the mining, and I see the animal husbandry resource. Tell you what, let's go for mining, just in case we really need to push it to get to Stonehenge quickly, we can do that. Because I really want a religion this time. It's a running theme in my past couple of Civ playthroughs. I'm not going to scout too far. Oh, good. There's a city-state. We got an envoy with Soul, and that is helping us, I think, with science. I know it's helping us with science, but what is Soul's suzerain bonus? Oh, yes. When you enter a new era, earn 1 random Eureka from that era. So Soul is a nice ally to have. We're not going to explore too far, again, with this warrior, because if I encounter any civs with a warrior, they're going to have a lesser first impression of me, and I don't want that. I mean, it actually doesn't really matter, because I'm not going to be playing diplomatically. Oh, hi! A scout! You walked in the wrong direction. Oh, good. Found the encampment. I can get some experience for my warriors this way. Again, we're running with the More Barbarian XP mod, so that's going to help us a lot. Alright, so this is going to take a few turns, but it looks like Soul is coming in to help us. We're 1 turn away from our scout as well.
When you find yourself in a hole, quit digging.
Nice. Alright, so we have the ability to build mines. We can build quarries as well, like on the stone next to Stonehenge, where Stonehenge is going to be anyway. And then we can chop down woods and harvest copper. And there are some woods near us, so we can use those to finish Stonehenge as well. I mean, it's a pretty lucky start when it comes to finishing Stonehenge and getting that religion. So let's go ahead and go, speaking of that, let's go for astrology next. Probably should have done that first, to tell you the truth, but I mean, 6 in one, half dozen the other. I suppose to really guarantee that we get that next step, we should probably go for a builder next, possibly a monument though, so we get the culture started. Yeah, let's do the monument first, just so we're not behind on culture in the early game, because this is after all a cultural victory game. And yeah, we're going to send the scout north, the exact opposite direction. Capital's growing at a pretty steady rate, which I like. Okay, found another encampment. So we have an encampment pretty close to the north, but I think their scout must have gone on in another direction, because, well, I don't see him. Yep. That's good, because it gives our warrior a chance to come down here and finish these guys off. Alright, so here they come. I think I may be able to go ahead and do this now. See, this sucks. They've actually got 2 warriors attacking the encampment, so they might get the encampment. Let's see how this goes. I appreciate the help, but I kind of wanted the experience for myself. Thanks, Sul. You're going to be a good ally in other ways, so I'll forgive you. Oh, nice! We're going to get it. I did not think that was going to happen. We're going to get the experience and the gold. Give me the gold. Your progress towards military traditions has advanced considerably. And there's a goodie hut. How nice. So we're over 107 gold now. Because we're playing on a standard speed, purchasing items is cheaper. What do we have? Okay, no. Production focus isn't making a significant difference right now, but it will probably once we have 3 settlers, because the stone is already in our territory. And, I mean, jungle tiles are extra production as well. Hey, another goodie hut. Nice. This is the mod that we're playing with. More lenses. It turns on automatically when I have the scout selected. That's the scout lens that highlights the goodie huts, makes them easy to see. There's also a naturalist lens, an adjacency lens, a wonders lens, a resources lens, city overlap lens, so you can see what's within 6 tiles. In other words, you can see if what cities are going to be affected by a given district's bonuses, right? That are 6 tile bonuses. And there's other lenses as well. I think there's an archaeologist lens to help you find, ruins and shipwrecks. We can't use that one yet, but it's there. And there's a builder lens to help you spot stuff that hasn't been improved. So we'll try and use those and go through them more as the series progresses. But let's go ahead and keep the turns moving for now.
It is not wisdom,
nice,
but authority that makes a law.
So we don't have too many barbarian problems yet. Yeah, let's go ahead and go. Let's go for God King for the faith and gold in the capital until we get a Pantheon. Then we'll switch to urban planning. And then double experience for recon units is kind of tempting. You know what? No, let's do the combat string boost when fighting barbarians, just to be on the safe side. And then civics. Let's go ahead and go for foreign trade because getting that first trade route is going to be important. 40 gold, not bad. Again, what can we buy? I don't think anything just yet. Oh, we can buy our slinger. Nice. Let's go ahead and do that. Having that slinger in place might get us the archery boost when we're ready for it. All right, now if I go for... No, production boost still doesn't change anything, interestingly enough. 40 more gold there. I will never complain. Let's just put the slinger on alert status, have him guard the capital, and go up this way a little bit farther. So it's 3,520. I was going to say 20. 3,520 BC. We've got a nice little coastal city here, and we also... Oh, we encountered Vilnius. I didn't catch that. So we've got a cultural city-state near us, and we might have been the first to it. Yeah, we were. Nice. So we were the first to reach them as well, and because of that, we have an envoy with them and an immediate +2 culture. No complaints. This is a good start. Okay, now... Looks like we've reached the northern edge of the map. Here I'm seeing some tundra. And some foxes, so we might need to settle further up here. Let's go ahead and cross and use that hill to our advantage. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for the builder, because we're still 1 turn away from astrology, but I can build up enough money. How much is it going to cost? I already have enough to buy the tile, actually, so let's do that now. But I can build up enough... money to... Oh, we bought the tile. Never mind. We don't need to build up money. But having the builder to improve the stone is going to help Stonehenge build as fast as possible. Plus, we can also improve that cattle.
A physician without a knowledge of astrology has no right to call himself a physician.
Certainly. All right, so now let's go for animal husbandry, since we have some of those nearby, and we can take advantage of that. It's just going to take 4 turns as well. Oh, hi. I'm just curious, what are you looking at when you look up like that with your arms out? What are you... I hate you so much. Yeah, let's exchange information on our capitals. Okay, your knowledge of writing has advanced considerably. That's the only bonus from meeting Cleopatra. Looks like she might already have a second city, or just some extra tiles. No worries there. So where did we meet her? Oh, she must have had a unit down here. Interesting. All right, so I'm going to go along this coastline for a bit, see what else I can find. At least she's over there. If there's no other civilizations in this area, I might get all the goodie huts to myself. Hopefully. We'll see. Let's go this way a bit. Well, actually, no. Let's have this warrior heal up for a bit, because I would hate to get caught off guard and then lose my opening unit. We're 4 turns away from the builder, 2 turns away from growing again. That's also going to help Stonehenge finish faster. We're kind of pushing it a bit. We technically should have started it a little bit sooner, I think, given that we just finished astrology a second ago.
That's the positive
aspect
of trade,
we'll be
I
okay.
suppose. The world gets stirred up together.
All right, so we don't have a trader yet, but we have access to build them, and we get the caravansaries policy if we want to use it, maritime industries, a joint war against target civilizations, So I don't have any allies yet. We're not going to use that. And allows for the creation, of course, of trade routes. So let's see. My builder is 2 turns away. And then I will be able to do stuff. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to go for early empire because that'll give us access to the Pa'iri Da'ezah, and it'll lock down our borders, which is always a win. Nice. So we got a progress boost towards mysticism. And I'm going to explore this way just a little farther. Looks like we've run into a barbarian scout, but he is quite stuck at the moment. I might be able to get some experience with this scout right now.
If there are no dogs in heaven, then when I die, I want to go where they went.
Okay, so now we can build pastures and camps, and we can harvest those resources that those are built on as well. So let's go ahead and go for... Let's gotta go for pottery, obviously. Still researching the opening game text. Okay, good, we're done. Let's go ahead and head this direction and see what's through this little gap. Alright, builder. Time for Stonehenge. Let's make this quick. Scout's still running, and the scout's cornered. Good, we might get the experience for finishing that unit off. Alright, you head up that way, and yes, we definitely want Stonehenge, and we want it there. Cross your fingers, we might actually get a religion this time, guys. This never happens. It's tough once you start getting above Prince difficulty even. It's tough unless you really focus your first 50 turns. The majority of your first 50 turns, at least, on getting a religion. It's tough to do. Alright, let's do this. Please promote me. He deserves it so much. Yes! Okay, good. I think I'll give him the Alpine bonus. There's a lot of hills in this area.
No man ever wetted clay and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Alright, so let's go ahead and improve the mine. Your knowledge of masonry, or improve the stone with a quarry. We're not going to improve, and we're not going to... It's not going to be a mine. We're adding a quarry. Language. Alright, so... Yeah, I guess I'll go for writing next, because I do want access to the campus district as soon as possible. We don't have any immediate threats nearby, so... Nice! Our third city-state, and we're not the first to meet him. Looks like Cleopatra has met Auckland, so we didn't get that bonus envoy, unfortunately. But when we do, we'll get +2 production in the capital. That's a very, very nice spread. This is a good start. That's a very nice spread of opening bonuses for this. Alright, let's promote you with the Alpine bonus, and that heals the scout, of course. No complaints there. Oh. Production focus. 14 turns until Stonehenge is done. Now you move over here and improve that cattle, and we might do even better, because that will provide a production bonus as well. Again, because of the small map size we're playing on, I really do have the ability to cruise through this stuff pretty quickly. But I'm trying also to pace myself a little bit so I don't rush. So... Big surprise! Shut up. I honestly, for a second, I was just staring in disbelief. Like, that rebuke from her never ceases to amaze me. Especially when you consider the fact that I'm going to conquer her later, and I'm going to really, really enjoy it. Alright, so now, what I want next is I want to purchase that, well... Actually, no. I'm just going to move the builder over there, and by the time he gets over there, our civilization will have grown that direction. Our borders will have grown that direction. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You don't like me. I'm weak, because I'm focusing on religion so I can beat you. That's fine.
Writing is easy. All you have to do is cross out the wrong words.
For those of you who are new to the channel watching this series, I hate Cleopatra. Just in case there's any ambiguity whatsoever. Alright, let me go for... Do I have any resources nearby that would benefit from a plantation? Yeah, actually, of course I do. I looked at that earlier. So we have citrus nearby. Let's go then for irrigation next. I'm not feeling immediately threatened. I don't think there's any civilizations like right next door to me. Alright, let's go this way and see what else we can find. Ah, barbarian slinger. This scout might have a little bit of trouble this turn. Yep. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna have to run. Well, I suppose I could fight him, but I don't want to risk it. Tell you what, I'll shelter in place, and it looks like if he comes to chase me, then Vilnius might be able to help me out. Here we go. Our progress towards craftsmanship has advanced considerably, and our knowledge of irrigation. 3 turns away. Best start in a while. I'm liking this. Alright. Big surprise. They're attacking the scout, but he's fortified. Vilnius, I could use your help now. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna run that direction and try and... Oh, cool. Alright. Totally safe now. Good to go. One of my biggest wishes, it's not necessarily a pet peeve, but one of the things that I really want... Okay, Cleopatra does have a second city now. One of the things I really want in the future of Civ 6 is I would like the ability to keep scouts alive for a little bit longer. You know? Like, I just... They die very, very quickly, even when you're trying to keep them alive. And I feel like scouts need a little bit of a
about the afforestation or the irrigation of a country.
Okay.
Is not less worthy of honor than its conqueror.
I'm sorry, Sean. I've listened to your quotes a lot at this point, so I don't want to interrupt you, but just saying. We're going to go with the Hanging Gardens Wonder if we can, because that's going to help us increase growth. And I'm a bit of a wonderholic. I don't intend to abandon that. Also, plantations are available to us now, and we can
It was luxuries like air
build markets.
conditioning that brought down the Roman Empire. With air conditioning, their windows were shut.
All right, so there's the information on the Pyrida. Okay, check that out. Adjacency bonuses for nearby districts, city centers, and commercial hubs. So if I surround the Pyrida with commercial hubs, I get more gold. If I surround it with holy sites and theater squares, I get more culture. So you can use this to boost your culture output depending on where you build your holy sites and theater squares. I'll have to play a bit of a puzzle game, but hey, that's Civ 6 map management for you. And then, of course, land surveyors, colonization, the open borders treaty, and we have closed borders now. So there we go. Let's see what next. Do we have desert near us? We do, actually. You know what? I'm going to go for masonry to see if we can go for pyramids. And then definitely we're going to go for... Well... Yeah, let's go for mysticism first because we got the boost, but we do need to go for drama and poetry soon because this is a cultural victory. One thing you're going to see, because I have done some practice runs with this, I've tried the culture victory as Cyrus. I've found that if you try and focus too much on culture in Civ 6 and kind of don't focus as much as you normally might on tech, you still tend to fall behind. So what you're going to see me doing is still playing similarly to the way I usually do, but with particular emphasis on getting more culture than usual. If I have a decision that involves something that's going to get me more culture sooner, I'm going to go towards those decisions, but I'm still going to pursue tech. Like I already researched the campus for that matter, you know? So, all right, good. Our warrior here, if you didn't see that, is promotable. So let's give him battle cry, which is why I went in to kill that encampment, of course. Vilnius has enforced their borders, so I've been kicked out there. That's fine. Another nice thing about playing on standard speed is units get more experience per turn, because time is passing faster.
I like
3
to
turns
say
away
I
from Stonehenge.
Militant mysticism. I'm absolutely sure of some things that I don't quite know.
Let's go for drama and poetry next. We need to build a wonder, so we're going to get that boost in just a couple of seconds. All right, we're going to get an envoy with this. Let's get that production bonus. It's not going to help us at this point. Stonehenge is too close to being done. Now let's go ahead and finish off that barbarian encampment and then get away from Catherine's units, because not Catherine, Cleopatra. Your knowledge of bronze working has advanced considerably. Very nice. And there's some stone nearby here. This is a nice little campus area for... She's going to be a pretty formidable opponent when it comes to science. I need to get a city in here. Ah, Qin Shi Huang. So we've met China. Where are you? So you found me, obviously. You're down here.
When wasteful war shall statues overturn, and broils root out the work of masonry.
Interesting. Let's take a quick look at what I can purchase. Nothing just yet. I'm really going to want the pyramids, guys. Honestly, like, we can build it right there, and it's going to help my builders for the rest of the game, too. It's really tempting not to go for that. I'll think about it. It might not be the best next choice, considering that I've already been building one wonder. But I really want it, and we have a chance to go for it. And we have high production, so there's a good chance we'll get it. That would be a great start. Yeah, let's go for the encampment, just so that we have that ability sooner than later. And yeah, I'm definitely going to fortify you for a bit, just to make sure you're healed up, just in case Cleopatra gets any funny ideas.
Can you imagine trying to talk 600 people into helping
Beautiful.
you drag a 50-ton stone 18 miles across the countryside and muscle it into an upright position, and then saying, right lads, another 20 like that, then we can party.
That is a quote worth listening to every time. So our progress towards drama and poetry has advanced. We have a great prophet who can found a religion. Let's take him there right now. Oh, I haven't founded a Pantheon, so I can't use him yet, but I have a great prophet. But now I have access to a Pantheon, so hang on, we'll take care of that. So, speaking of decisions that might be related to culture, there's a couple of good ones here. God of the Open Sky, +1 culture from pastures. We don't have a lot of pastures in our territory yet. And then +1 culture from banana, citrus, cotton, dyes, silk, spices, and sugar plantations. So let's use our resource map and take a look around. So there's that was sugar, right? Did I see that correctly? Sugar's on that list? Yeah, sugar plantations. All right, so we've got some sugar plantations. We're definitely going to get some culture from that. There's also bananas nearby, so if we build a city here, that could really help us. I feel like that could be a pretty decent choice, given the resources we have near us. It's not going to be a huge amount of culture. And then pastures, hang on. See, this is a... Yeah, this is a pasture. I was just making sure the name of the improvement was correct. Sheep up there. Cattle here. Cattle there. It's about the same. It's about the same. And then if there's any others, let's have a look. I always like the religious settlements and fertility rights bonuses because they're not based on anything, but we do want to go for the culture bonuses, right? Let's go for oral tradition. I like this more because as we get access to more of those resources, I feel like there might be slightly more. This just gives us more options, right? If we get access to those resources, it's going to result in more culture. The likelihood, anyway. Not necessarily more culture, but the likelihood that a new resource that we find will be one of these because there's just more options. So, found this Pantheon, and now found religion. All right, now we don't have the option to build pyramids just yet because I haven't bought that tile, but I can fix that. Now we can build the pyramids. And we get +2 culture for doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It just makes too much sense. And then finally, of course, Zoroastrianism. Confirm. And we have lots and lots of options because we're an early religion here. So I think I like the idea of +1 amenity in cities with 2 specialty districts because that'll make managing happiness a little bit easier. I also really like Jesuit education. This is one of my favorite in the game. Purchasing campus and theater square district buildings with faith, which faith can build up pretty rapidly, especially if you're kind of conscientious toward it. And as a result, we can, we can buy those rather than with gold or with production and sinking turns into them. We can just buy them with faith. It just gives us an option to build up our culture and tech. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. I'm talking myself into it. And then finally, World Church gives us +1 culture for every 5 followers. Defender of the Faith, those of you who have been watching Alexander, you know how effective that was for Poland. So that's something that we could use against Egypt. Like if someone were to try and attack us, we would be a little bit more easily, we would have an easier time defending ourselves. Or we could go for something like the lay ministry. So each holy site or theater square district in a city following this religion provides +1 faith or +1 culture, respectively, which isn't that big of a bonus, to be honest, unless you are playing very, very wide. So I don't necessarily think I want to go for a culture-related bonus here. I like itinerant preachers, but we can spread the religion ourselves. Scripture is pretty good too, but we can get some of those later. I think for my first bonus, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I lock in. Yeah, I want to lock in the meeting house. I want that production bonus. Our progress towards theology has advanced. So we're going for that 3 faith and 2 production. We could have gone with Watts, which give us 3 faith and 2 science, but I want to build stuff faster. That's my priority at the moment. Now, I need... How soon can I buy a builder? 215 gold, so not soon. But once the pyramid's done, I'll get a bonus builder and that can come in and improve those citrus and hopefully no longer have an amenities issue in Pasargadae. We're going to leave Pasargadae on, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but we're going to leave that on production focus for obvious reasons. We're building the pyramids. Okay, you need to come down here, actually, now that the scout's healed up. And let's also look... Okay, don't need to look that direction. In that case, yeah, come back this way too. We'll bring our warrior back to our territory. And we actually still have some scouting to do up here, so maybe I'll send the scout that way. I try not to actually, yeah, let me not give too many blind orders. I try not to do that because, like I said, scouts die very easily, and that's one of the ways. When you're just sending them willy-nilly into the unknown without really thinking about it. It helps to do this. Moving them one tile at a time, making sure that you know what's ahead of them. But even so, keeping a scout alive is challenging.
Bronze is the mirror of the form, wine of the mind.
Okay, so this is going to unveil iron on the map, and we can chop down rainforest. And we get access to spearmen and the encampment district, which we'll build pretty soon, I think. We don't have any iron near us. We actually don't have any at all. Hopefully there's some in here. Cross your fingers. Makes me sad that we don't have any iron. Oh, good. There's a scout I might be able to take out and get more experience for this guy. Now, let's see. Yeah, I got to go for archery before too much time passes. It's not a leaf tech anymore, so it does help. It'll take us towards horseback riding, which also helps, in the early game in case the barbarian tide does turn against us. I'd rather not worry about that. All right, let's go ahead and move you here. You're still in range of the scout, and maybe we can take him out next turn. Oh, hi! Fancy meeting you here. Yeah, this is a great spot for a city, because I can have a campus district nearby that would be awesome. Oh, you're berserking. Interesting decision. So that unit lost his encampment. We've entered the classical era. Our roads have upgraded.
Mysteriously silent on the subject of cheese.
All right, now we have access to amphitheaters and theater squares, so I'm going to be building those a lot as soon as the pyramids are done. I've got my Pantheon, so we're going to go with +1 production in all cities. And that's helping. As you can see, the pyramids are now going to be done in 8 turns. Lovely. And then finally... Yeah, let's go with craftsmanship so that we're moving evenly down the civics tree for now. And then this scout looks like his buddy got away, unfortunately. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, actually, building a city here might be kind of tough because I have to send him around, but I still think I'm going to do that. Ah, a player's been defeated. Who died? We'll find out later, I suppose. I know I need to build a new city. I know. I'm actually behind on expanding my empire, but we have a lot of territory in which we can do that. Really? You are, so animated, it's ridiculous. Okay, so Cleopatra's declared a formal war. Oh, you're jealous of my wonders. That's cute. All right, well, episode 1, and we're at war with Cleopatra. I'll take it. Let's go ahead and defend. Our warrior's going to take a while to get back, unfortunately, so this is going to be a little challenging. But as soon as I kill a unit with this slinger, which will happen, I'll get the promotion. I'll get the boost for archery, which actually we're going to have archery soon anyway, so I'll be able to promote him and defend the city pretty easily. I'm not worried about this.
Without craftsmanship, inspiration is a mere reed shaken in the wind.
Okay, so we have the Ilkham, +3 production towards builders, and the Agoge. We're not going to change policies at the moment because our policies at the moment are helping us. But tell you what, we are about 31 minutes into this recording, and that's not including the prologue stuff that I recorded prior to this. So, of course, it's all in the same episode. But let's go ahead. I'm going to go for state workforce next, so we get the wonder bonus and conscription, especially. That's going to be a healthy policy to have, a helpful and healthy policy to have. And just for good measure, I'll attack you one more time. Yeah, this is going to be an easy city to defend, especially in 2 turns. I will go ahead and cut this one here, though. In the next one, we're going to defeat Cleopatra's invasion. We're going to get this warrior in place to help do that. and we might even get access to immortals and start pushing back. It looks like Qin Shi Huang is also getting close, so hopefully he's not going to get any funny ideas, but this is a fun little cliffhanger-y spot to end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in The Elder King are going to be coming out every day at noon Eastern Time, as with all historical and grand strategy content on my channel. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.